Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you, life lessons that I have personally observed and learned by watching the WWE. If you're a wrestling fan, I'm very sure whatever I share with you, these 13 points, you will be able to relate to it. In fact, I've not watched WWE only as a spectator. I've watched it being emotionally involved. And if you're like me, the 80s baby, where wrestling was supposed to be real, very real, the blood, we thought it was real, the hits were real, we thought Undertaker got superpowers, and it was good versus evil. If you're like me, it was very much a part of your life. Obviously, today, wrestling, the the magic is no longer there. It's simply because today people have smartphones and people have social media, and news gets leaked out, and I think mainly is the social media and the phones when you can record, so people what they're doing secretly. So it's sad, but that magic is no longer there. However, these 13 points that I'm going to share with you in this video are very powerful, and I think there's a lot of life lessons or career lessons or just lessons that you can learn, and the wisdom that can really benefit you. So, listen to these 13 points and let me know what you think. Which one is your favorite? I would love to hear that. And if you feel I've missed out on anything, please add the points, because down when you comment, people generally read it. Anyway, before we do start, a short introduction. My name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get well-paying jobs in Dubai, UAE, and also Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman. And people book my services for coaching, consulting when they have personal or professional problems or issues or challenges, when they want a different point of view. Been doing it for 20 years, so people like a different point of view. Anyway, details are put down below. So let's move on to the video. Okay, the topic. So, what are the 13 life lessons from WWE? The first one is, WWE is like the pinnacle of wrestling. Anybody, obviously, AEW is there. There are Ring of Honor. There are other brands, but WWE is the creme de la creme, right at the top. But here's the thing: to get to WWE is a dream that almost every single wrestler has in the world. But to get there is the hardest ever. Like, you really have to dedicate your whole life to just qualify to step into a WWE ring or get the contract. So, if the first life lesson that you can learn is, if there's a worthwhile goal or you want to join the world's best, it could be you want to join Google, or you want to be a singer, or you want to be a whatever cricketer, whatever is your goal. You have to start from a very, very early age, from the age of 3, whatever, and you need the support of your parents. You need the support of your environment. Like, if you want to be a wrestler, you have to practice wrestling. You have to be trained by wrestlers. And if you have someone who is already a wrestler, he can mentor you in terms of the branding, in terms of the gimmicks, in terms of the skill, in terms of the contacts, connections. The same with life. Okay. So it generally, if you see all the wrestlers who are part of WWE roster, whether very famous or just average, they'll all tell you that is the hardest thing that they did, and they did it right from their childhood. Okay, so the chances of you getting what you want depends only if you start from a very early age and you're mentored and coached by the best. Second one is, point number 2 is, Getting into WWE is one part of the headache. Surviving WWE, staying there is even more harder. It's even more harder than getting in. This is the funny thing. Um, I make it a point to watch all the documentaries, all the interviews. It's unbelievable, man. The amount of headache, heartache, the physical toll on their body, their mind, their emotions, the sacrifices that they make. It's just unheard of. I mean, these guys are on the road. On the road means they are traveling from one city to another city to another city 24/7. It's like, for example, there's a show, let's say, for example, there's a show in Boston. Okay, they have to reach Boston maybe a day in advance or 2 days in advance, get acclimated to the climate, prepare for it. Then there is a show which they have to be there for the whole day. They can't leave until everyone finishes their match because that is the protocol. You have to be there for everyone's matches. And after the show gets over, which is late night, then you leave, go back to your hotel. You might sleep one night. Obviously, you need sleep. And then you have to drive down or you have to take the airplane and go to the next city where they'll be doing it once again. Say from Boston, they'll move to Texas, for example. And there you need to prep up once again. You need to wait one day, check everything, then do the show. Then after that, move to another. So every single day, you're on the road, you are working 24/7. And on top of that, you have to do your exercises. You have to keep yourself physically fit. You have to eat the right food. You have to, grind through injuries, problems, issues, whatever. Okay. So it's a 24/7 thing. So, and it seems that many of them don't even see their family members for the whole year. It's imagine the whole year, only maybe once a month, maybe one in a year, 1 month they'll get an off. So where people think, oh, they are superstars, they don't have to do anything. No, it's even more harder. So the life lesson is maybe after you get your goal, to stay relevant in your goal, you have to work even more harder. That is why I tell people, even when they see me and me living my dream, or my I'm doing what I love. It's every day is a day where I I work. Every day I work. In fact, I'm lucky that I don't have to call it work because I love to do it. Even if nobody would pay me, I would still do this. But it's every single day. And it involves sacrifice and it involves a lot of investment, personal, money, time, effort, everything. Okay. Number three, this obviously you would have observed every single character in WWE is unique. Like, for example, Undertaker. I'm sure you know it. Hulk Hogan, you know it. Kane, the so-called kayfabe brother. Then Ultimate Warrior, Andre the Giant. These are the oldies. But each one of them, the names that I took, is unique. Whether it's a Rey Mysterio or whether it is Triple H or Shawn Michaels, every character is unique. Every single character. They have a unique music. They have a unique entrance. They have a unique dress. They have a unique style of talking. They have a unique way of coming to the ring. They have a unique way of acting in the ring, like Ric Flair, the way he acts, proud, and the way he falls down. And then there is a unique finishing move. So everything is planned out by these people and perfected, sitting with a team and coming up, like even their costumes, they literally have to plan and prepare all this. So same way for you, if you have to succeed in the real world, the corporate world, the business world, or even personal, you have to engineer your appearance, your walk, your talk, the way you shake hands, the way you interact with people, the way what you post on social media. Everything has to be engineered. People just think just be yourself and that's about it. No, I'm sorry. Be yourself is maybe it's very boring. That is why when people make fun of me, some of them, oh, you're tattooed, oh, you look ugly, you look like a freak, oh my God. Yeah, I would rather look like this and be remembered than look like you and be a nothing and nobody and never be remembered, be vanilla and ordinary. Yeah, many people say, Loy, it would have been so much better if you didn't have the tattoos. Yeah, if I didn't have the tattoos, you'd never remember me. That's a reality. That's a fact. So remember, You have to be unique in every single area of your life. Every single walk, talk, behave. It's like if I say Lady Gaga, it'll hit you. If I say Bob Marley, yes. If I say Elton John, if I say Sting, if I say Enrique Iglesias, whatever, Michael Jackson, each one is unique, no? And that is how you stay in people's mind. But number 4 is a little different to number 3. Just because you're unique doesn't mean that you'll be successful. Like in WWE, there have been people like the Boogeyman. You know the Boogeyman? Remember him? Then you have the Yeti. He was like a mummy, go like a giant Gonzalez. You had that guy who wore that funny suit. You can Google these names, huh? Yeti, Yeti, Giant Gonzalez. He wore like a suit that had spray painted a physique and hair here. Then you had the Red Rooster. He used to have like a chicken kind of and behave like a chicken. Then you had Astro Man. Then you had like a mortal, like Sub Zero one. You know, like Mortal Kombat. He behaved like Sub Zero, and these were big. They were not successful at all. Then you had the Mantor. He wore a bison's head when he came to the ring, and then you have Booger, all weird characters that you have. But they were absolute failures. They were flops. They never succeeded. But they were unique. They were unique. There were some that even had. They tried to show that they have a like kayfabe, not real. Like they'd have a female who would portray to be their mother, and then they would show that like they have a sexual attraction between them. So just because you're unique as a character doesn't mean you'll succeed. In the same way, just because I tattooed my face and I have tattoos that made me unique and stand out doesn't mean if you tattoo yourself you'll be successful. That's why I tell people don't get tattooed, don't get any tattoo anywhere. Forget the face, anywhere. And remember, just because someone's a singer, or I think the best example is there are girls who do OnlyFans, and then you have these articles that come, oh, she's making millions of dollars in OnlyFans. That doesn't mean if you start OnlyFans, you'll be a millionaire. Even same with YouTubers. Mr. Beast is maybe making $50 million per video. Doesn't mean if you start a YouTube channel, you can even make $1,000. There are many people who don't even make $50 per month on YouTube. So just remember, just because someone else is successful doesn't mean you will be. And just because you're trying to be unique and different doesn't mean it'll work out. Okay, keep that in mind. Number 4. Number 5, every single day is a new day. And this, I think, is very rampant and very obvious in WWE. You can have an amazing match one day and everyone will talk about it. And then you can have a very boring match and then people will hate you for it. For example, I'll give you Undertaker. Imagine Undertaker has given 30 years of his life in the ring. 30 years. He has broken his shoulder, he has his joints, he has ripped off muscle, but nowadays he's old. Yeah, he has damaged his body beyond this thing. But people still talk about his bad matches. Like he had a match with Goldberg in Saudi Arabia, and people talk about that horrible bad match. They have not forgotten it. And the minute he had that bad match, people are saying he should retire. Why is he even taking part? Even Goldberg, all the matches he had in the younger days, people were praising him, even though they were short. Now, when he has a stinker of a match, people just boo him off. So, in the same way, the audience and the fan base is very fickle. If you do, something, you have a good match, people will praise you. A bad match, people will crucify you. In the same way, in the corporate world, you can have 10 years where you have contributed, helped the poor, been a nice person. One mistake, one bad allegation, someone says, oh, he sexually molested me, or he was caught, alleged, not even proven, to have sexual relationships, or he harassed girls, or they found, like the best or the most powerful way to destroy someone in the West is They found child pornography. They say he's a pedophile. Finish. It doesn't even have to be true. It doesn't have to be real. Or the transgender. Yeah, oh, he's transphobic. Finish. They'll blacklist you. They'll cancel you. So, uh, you can have 10 years of a perfect record, one mistake, and people never forget. Bill Clinton, all the years that he did good, it didn't matter. That Monica Lewinsky scandal is what people remember. So, you can have one bad day, finish, everything goes down the drain. Number 6, never expect everything to go the way you want it. See, here's the part of WWE that people don't know, or if you're a hardcore fan like me, you would know. Vince McMahon, who's the owner, he's one of the toughest and most difficult persons to work with. He literally, when you're commenting on for the match, he will be screaming in your ear. You can literally hear him, and he'll put you off. Not many people have been able to survive, even on the commentary desk. He doesn't tolerate less than perfection. You have to literally listen to him. And then there are backstage politics. There are groupism, like in the olden days, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Diesel, Razor Ramon, all these characters, they had formed a group that if you're not popular with the group, they will make sure that your life is made miserable and you will be almost forced to quit. And if you don't quit, they will convince the owner, that is Vince McMahon, to get you thrown out. And these guys, even Shawn Michaels, who is now a nice guy, he literally destroyed so many people's careers because of the politics, like Vader. He destroyed his career because he didn't get along with him, he didn't like him. So, group politics, and yes, preferential treatment. If they like someone, they'll make sure they promote you. If they don't like you, even if with all the talent, they'll destroy you. See what happened with the Cody Rhodes. Uh, he never got what he wanted until he left to go to AEW. Or you can, I don't know if you remember this guy, Roman Reigns. Yeah, of course you'll remember him. He has the blessing of the owner of WWE. So no matter how much people hated him, booed him, he still supported him. So remember, it's never perfect. And if you are on the wrong side, finish, your life can be destroyed. Number 7, there is this thing, no, fake it till you make it. Uh, but here's a sad part of the WWE, which applies to real life. These guys, they play the role, they play the character, they show that they're happy, or they show they're hyper, or you do not know behind the scenes what's happening. You don't know whether they have an injury. Some of them have nagging pain on their spine, on their knees. Some of them have problems back home. Some of them even have sick children, or their marriage is in trouble, or they have legal issues, or they have addictions to drugs. Like Chris Benoit, he was going through hell because he was taking drugs, and he had so much of head injuries, and people didn't know how bad it was until he killed his wife, his kid, and himself. Then you have uh, you know actual wrestlers who have torn their ligaments or torn their muscle, and they're literally living on painkillers. They can't even walk. Some can't even get out of bed. They need time. They need time to just sit and massage the pain off. But when they are there in front of the audience, they show that they are perfect. So that is life. So you need to fake it. So number 7 is, you need to play the part, fake it, and show what the audience wants. Nobody cares about your problems or anything else. That's number 7. Number 8 is, you can be the perfect guy. You can have the amazing personality, the right moves, the best talent. Everything can be perfect, but you can be at the wrong place. I think the best example that I can give you is Cody Rhodes, that name I give you. When he was in WWE, he was playing like Silver Dust and all these gimmicky characters that didn't connect. But then when he went to AEW and he took charge of his own character and made it the All American, whatever, finish. I mean, he became the hottest star, and then WWE wanted him back. What about Bret Hart? Remember Bret Hart? When Bret Hart was in WWE, he was the biggest star in the world for wrestling. But when the same guy went to WCW, instead of becoming the biggest star, instead of his talents being exploited and you know marketed in the best way, they did it in the worst way, and they destroyed the most amazing wrestler, in the most talented, the most gifted, a legend. They destroyed him. So you can be the right guy, but if you're in the wrong place, finished. Your talent will never be there. Then number 9 is, this one is pretty sad if you actually look at it. But there's no good, there's no bad. Even if you do bad, even if you stab people at the back, even if you destroy people's lives, but you have luck on your side, well, there is no karma, there is no nothing. Best example, Triple H, how he, dumped China and destroyed her life. She was completely destroyed. He destroyed her life, and he had an affair with Stephanie McMahon, who was the owner's daughter, which was supposed to be taboo. So there he broke the rule, got married to her, and today he's the most powerful guy in WWE. In fact, he's almost like the owner of WWE. Where's the karma? There's no karma for him. He is still enjoying the best days of his life. Shawn Michaels, he was a very difficult to work person, or you could say very evil. He did a lot of bad things, from dumping his partner Marty Jannetty to being part of Vince McMahon and WWE, to backstab Bret Hart, to literally, destroying so many other people he didn't like because he had the leverage. He did all this. And is he suffering the price for it? No, he is still relevant. He is still part of the WWE. But the people whose lives he destroyed, they are gone. They are dead. They never had karma support them. So I tell people, whether you're good or bad, or whether you do evil things or good things, there's no guarantee that you'll be made to pay the price or you'll be caught. But then that doesn't mean be bad, because if you do get caught, then you do pay the price. So yeah, that's number 9. Life is very unpredictable. Life is very unfair. Number 10. This one is the most universal piece of advice anyone can give you is, if you're close to the boss, if you're close to the owner, your life is going to be good. Remember, keep your boss happy. If your boss likes you, 99.99% of the problems are solved. Why do you think I have been so successful in my career path? Because every time I was close to the decision maker, the CEO, the owner of the company, he was my mentor. Nobody could touch me, even though, and here's the funny thing, I didn't know the job at all. But because I knew the owner and because the owner liked me, I was always protected. I was always mentored. I was always thought. My ass was always protected. Same like in WWE, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, he struggled to get acceptance from the public. He was the most hated guy, even though he was a good guy. It's only now, when he's portraying as a heel or a bad character, his stock has really climbed up. But for years, everyone wondered, why is he still relevant? Why is he been given the top position to hold the belt? Nobody could understand. It was because, Vince McMahon, the owner, supported him. Nobody could touch him. And as long as you have the blessings of the top guy, the top G, the big boss, like they say, Vasta in Arabic. Vasta means influence. Nobody can touch you. So remember, who you know matters, not what you know. Number 11, be very clear about your goals. The best character I can give you here is John Cena. Have you noticed John Cena has kept one gimmick, and that was he wears a cap, he wears a loose shirt, he wears armband here, he wears a armband here, wristband here, and shoes and whatever. You know that, and he shows a towel, when they're saying, do you know that he's selling merchandise? It looks all corny, it looks all stupid, okay? And even he has one for the knee and all that. Each one sells for like an amount of money, and he makes millions out of it. The merchandising is unbelievable. That's why you'll never see John Cena with the same color, the same cap, the same design. It'll always change. Every single time it changes. And every time it changes, his diehard fans want to buy that. They want to keep buying. So if he has, let's say, in a year, he has 12 different outfits, 12 different caps, 12 different shirts, 12 different armbands, 12 different wristbands, 12 different knee bands, whatever. Each one sells, and some people are crazy, they'll buy all the 12. He makes shitload of money. So John Cena was very clear what he was doing. And one of the most intelligent guys. That is why he made so much money. And the second person I can think of is The Rock. The Rock was very clear. He didn't want to wrestle for the rest of his life. And he made the transition to Hollywood when his career was at the peak in WWE. He slowly transitioned to Hollywood. And when it failed, he went back. And then he went again. He kept doing it until he solidified himself in Hollywood. And then he exited WWE. And today, in WWE, he was a bad guy. He would use a lot of slurs and he would insult people and, stuff that wouldn't be accepted today. But once he moved into Hollywood, he was guided properly, coached properly by a PR company. And today he's a goody guy, smiley and very nice, perfect, no controversy. When he was in WWE, total controversy. So they're very clear about their goals, and that is why they are successful. If you don't have that, you can never succeed. I think the best one is uh, Vince McMahon. He is very, very clear what he wanted. He's a workaholic. He never takes rest. Loves his work. He's very clear. He doesn't care a damn about anything else. So be clear about it. Be clear about your goals. Number 12. This is a sad one. Life can be very unpredictable, even with all your good intentions, everything good. Like I give you the example, Bret Hart, how his career got destroyed. He got backstabbed. It was unfair. In fact, the sad ones are like Darren, who was known as Droz. Okay. He had an accident in the ring where he broke his neck, I think, and he became paralyzed, you know. And there's nothing he could do. Then you have Big E, broke his neck. Triple H, he ripped off his quad muscle from his bone. Just imagine, he had multiple surgery, and then he nearly died. Lately, he nearly died out of heart-related issues because of years of steroid and a stressful life and alcohol and work and pressure. He nearly died. So, life can be very unpredictable. And just imagine if you end up like Undertaker or any of these wrestlers. Bret the Hitman Hart got a concussion and he almost was, stuck on a wheelchair. He couldn't move. So, life can be very unpredictable. One mistake, I think, what was his name? Brian Pillman. He had an accident and he died at the peak of his popularity, at the peak of his career. So you can have one mistake or unfortunate incident and everything goes downhill from there. And last, if not the least, this one is the most unpredictable one. Sometimes you can work your entire life and go to reach your goal only to realize, man, that's not what you want. I think there was this wrestler, I can't get his name. I think it's Cody Rhodes' son or Teddy Biasi's son, one of them. He got into wrestling and then he realized, this is not meant for me, man. This is not what I want. So imagine your whole life you are being mentored, trained, you're working hard towards a particular goal, and then you realize, sheesh, man, this is not what I wanted. This is not what makes me happy. And then you wonder, now what will I do? Where will I go? And there are many people who, like Virgil or like Marty Jannetty, who went into wrestling because they loved it, but today they are stuck. They don't have any other option. They have to do it even though they don't want to do it because their bodies are bruised. They are, they're finding it very stressful. It doesn't pay them very well, but they don't have a choice. They just don't have a choice. They have to do it because they don't know no other skill. In fact, it was very sad. You can just Google search this on Virgil sitting alone saying that he is a WWE wrestler and nobody's even coming there, even to take a photograph. because they sell photographs, their autograph signature they sell for a few dollars. Nobody was coming there. He's empty. So most of these wrestlers, some of them, you can Google search this one, wrestlers who are still wrestling even after crossing their prime at the age of 50 or 60, because they have bills to pay and they don't have any other means. Kamala, this guy who was considered to be, he played the character of the African whatever, black magic, whatever he's doing. He was severely diabetic. He lost both his legs and he was living on charity of other people. So maybe after you achieve your goal, you realize it's not for you. Then you're stuck and you don't know what to do next. So these are the 13 points, life lessons that I feel WWE has taught me or which I've observed. Let me know, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with what I have to say? Do you disagree? Do you feel... where's my dog barking? There's a courier. Do you agree with what I say? Do you disagree with what I say? Or do you feel I've missed out on any particular lesson and you'd like to add something? I would really like to read it. And given the fact that I've been, a WWE kind of a fanboy, and it has been part of my life, I think I would definitely read what you have to say. It's sad that WWE is no longer, doesn't have the magic that it once had. And, it has crossed its phase. But anyway, for people like me who grew up watching it, we will forever be, it'll be part of our lives. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Good, bad, ugly. Feel free, comment down below. It's me signing off. You guys take care.